you ever wanted to play 4/5s for 3, if you ever wanted to give your creature +20/+20 for 1 mana, well, look no further than mono green Stompy. You can do it all for less than $100. Hey guys, Matt from Hedron Alignment. We're going to move right into a mono green Stompy deck. This is my first deck that I ever played in FNM. And the playstyle is that you're going to be putting down low to the ground creatures that have a lot of green mana symbols and pumping them up using the Devotion and other pump spells like Rancor. So we're going to get right into it, starting off with the creatures. We have Leatherback Ballast, our 4/5 for 3 green. Vanilla 4/5, it's going to take a lot to take him out though. He also gives you 3 Devotion to green, and he's just a big body. Next we have Experiment 1, who's going to usually be a 3/3 with the Evolve, and don't forget the regeneration on this guy. If they Lightning Bolt him while it's a 3/3, you can remove 2 1/1 counters, and he's just going to be 1/1 still there. So hard to deal with, and he's also going to be super efficient. Next we have Colonial Tusker, just a vanilla 3/3 for 2. Dies to Bolt, but he can eat a Snapcaster Mage pretty easily, and he's just a really good creature to give you 2 more green mana symbols. Next we have Strangleroot Geist, who's a little faster creature. The Undying's really awesome, so if they try to kill him, he's just going to come back as 3/2, even bigger and stronger. Next we have Dryad Militant, which is really good against Snapcaster Mage decks. They can't bring back their Lightning Bolt because it's exiled. He's a 2/1, so if they're spending anything to get rid of him, you can resolve the trigger. So the spell that they use to try to get rid of him is still going to be exiled. So if they try to bolt him with the Snapcaster Mage deck or path him, that's still going to be exiled and they're not going to be able to snap it back, which is great. Next we have Avatar the Resolute, which is a 3/2 for 2. He also has Reach and Trample, which is great, and he can come down as at least like a 5/4. If you have 2 Experiment 1s out with counters on them, or Strangleroot guys with some counters on it, this guy can get huge really fast. Moving on, we have Tooth on their last troll. This is just our top end. It's really good against control. We put a Rancor into this guy against control. He's pretty unkillable. They're not going to be able to deal with him on the battlefield. So we have some pump spells. We have Aspect of the Hydra, which is just +X, where X is your Devotion to green for 1 mana. This thing can get huge. I've played it as 10. I've had 2 of them in my hands, played them, and then gave the guy +20/+20. Just an amazing pump spell. You can use it on defense if you really need to against an infected creature. I can't complain about this spell whatsoever. Next we have Rancor, +2/+0 and Trample. And if they ever kill Rancor, they're just going to go back to your hand. Nothing to deal with there. They're just really efficient putting this onto a Thrun, a Leatherback Ballast. They're not going to be able to deal with it. Next we have a 4 of Vines of Vastwood, which is just a protection spell in most cases, but if you really need to swing across for that last 4 points of damage and they're out of cards in their hand, or you know if they're not going to have any removal, this card can really just set you up to do that. Moving on to lands, we have 20 Forest and 2 Treetop Village. Forest because the deck's mono green and it is a very budget deck, and then we have Treetop Village, which is just good against control. If they ever wipe your board, that you can just come back with these 3/3s still online. So move on to the sideboard, we have some creature removal. So we have Beast Within and Dismember. Dismember is my personal favorite. It takes out Thought-Knot Seers, Tarmogoyfs, anything that's going to be big. Takes out Tassigurs. Really great card. I can't complain about losing 4 life when they're going to be swinging for 4. I mean, it's just awesome. So next we have Beast Within, which can really just take out anything. They get a 3/3 Beast, but that's not going to be a problem for us because whatever we're killing, it's going to be worth it giving them a 3/3 Beast. Whether it'll be a piece of Tron, whether it'll be the Karn, or anything else that they're going to be playing, it's just worth it. Moving on, we have some Artifact and Enchantment removal. We have Natural State, which is just a catch-all in Modern pretty much. Not a lot of things that doesn't hit that we're going to be worried about. And then we have Creeping Corrosion, which is just a board wipe against Affinity. Lastly, we have Feed the Clan, which is just against Burn. It's kind of hard for them to deal with an extra 10 life, because if we have 30 life, or that'll be how much they're going to have to burn through. That's like 10 burn spells, and by the time they're getting 10 burn spells, we'll probably have already won the game with our fast, because this is a pretty fast deck. So we have some Graveyard Hate will give Relic of Progenitus. I'm not running Grafdigger's Cage because it's a non-bow with our Shingaroo guys because of the Undying. So Relic of Progenitus is just good against taking out anything. You can bring it against Control if they have Snapcaster Mages and make them get rid of that. Good against Dredge. And then we have Scavenging Ooze, which is also good against Snapcaster Mage decks. It has 1/1 counters if you're in a really creature heavy matchup. And you're just going to be able to eat their creatures, and then you're going to get more 1/1 counters. So that means your Avatar of the Resolutes are going to come down bigger. Really good card. Some people play it main deck. I prefer it in the sideboard because I like those extra 2 green mana symbol on our Clonian Tuskers over this guy. So overall, the deck is going to be $63.60, and all these prices are from TCG Player. Can't really complain about a $63 deck that can bring you 2-1 if you're playing through rounds, 3-1. You're not going to win like an IQ with it or anything, but it can really get you some store credit to start building up your collection and get a deck that really can do that. So some upgrades to the deck if you really wanted to. Some people can play Tarmogoyf if you have them lying around. If you have them lying around, you probably have Jund, you probably want to play that over this. Just a huge creature against anything in the format, because people do really utilize their graveyards in Modern. And then Dungrove Elders, which is just a hex-proof, usually a 3/3 by the time you play it. It grows throughout the game, and it's really hard to deal with for Control. Only the board wipes can do it, or if they play like Anger of the Gods, it'll get rid of it. Overall, big, efficient threat. And then we have Path to Exile. Some people will splash white, so they run like some fetch lands, and then they'll run Temple Garden, so they can still use Dungrove Elder. And this just gives you some more creature removal, which is a lot nicer than having Dismember. You can just path them and give them a basic land instead of losing 4 life. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck tech. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, please comment them down below. Maybe I skipped over some stuff. I just hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.